really glad to have you here today. Uh, you're one of the busiest guys on this campus, and I know you're coming into your senior year. But why don't we take off our masks before we get started so that the audience can actually hear our voices? And we're socially spaced over 6 feet, I believe. So, Alex, you are one of the absolute busiest guys on campus. I think you fit the ideal model of a Saintsman in that way because you're involved in everything. Why don't you tell our audience exactly those things that are propelling you forward in your career here at Saints?
Well, Mr. Hearn, I've been an active member on ASB since my freshman year, and I was freshman class president as well as sophomore and junior class president. I'm going to be an active member in raising money for the Hogar Infantil Orphanage in Tijuana, as well as I'm going to be a pit leader, and I'm going to be on the lacrosse varsity team.
So, tell me a little bit about being a pit leader. What exactly do you do as a pit leader?
Well, as many people know, the pit is very, very crazy. And as a leader, I get to lead the chants. I get to rally my troops so we can lead our team to victory and we can support our teammates who are on the court.
Got it. So, you've been here 3 years. You things kind of changed last March. Uh, so on the 16th of March or 13th of March, excuse me, there was we had mass that day, I believe, and it was the last day of classes. Uh, when you heard that we were not going to be on class that day at mass, how did that seem to you?
Well, Mr. Hearn, I actually wasn't there on that Friday. I was playing hooky because I was studying for my SAT, which sadly got canceled the day before. But when I heard from my friends that we weren't going to be going back, I was very sad because, it's close to the end of the year. I had my lacrosse season and basically everything, all the end of the year experiences that we get to have, especially my junior boat dance, we wouldn't get to have that anymore. And since we're translating into an online environment, I was at first I was very happy because that meant I get to sleep in, I get to go to school in my pajamas, which felt very awesome the first couple of weeks. But, towards the end, I miss going to Saints every day, and I miss the brotherhood and the community and all the aspects that Saints has to offer on a daily basis.
Right. So tell me about your experience being online. So how did it work for you?
Well, some of the teachers, they actually excelled in creating a great online environment, such as my AP English teacher, Mr. Chesser. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we would have these Socratic seminars where we would read a book, and then the students would have to come up with a point and talk about it in front of the class on a Zoom session. And I felt like that was a very good way to not only share your thoughts on the book, but also to hear the other point of views from the other students. And Mr. Chesser, he did a very good job conducting the online environment. But for some of my other classes, and I think some other Saints students, they can attest to this as well, most of it just felt like busy work for teachers to put grades into a grade book, and it didn't feel like what Saints truly stands for in an academic setting. And, since we're in an online environment, we didn't get to have the personal connections with the teachers that we usually do when we enter the classroom.
When you look at your teachers, Alex, how do you look at them? Do you look at them as, well, this is the teacher, and I need to be kind of reserved and maybe not so vocal? Or do you look at them more as friends?
I not only look at them as friends, but I look at them as mentors who can guide me on my path when I lead Saints. And the number one thing, or one of the top things that I love about Saints, is just the relationship between the students as well as the teachers and the faculty. And no other school I've been to have I ever felt such a connection towards all my teachers. And since it's such a small school and the classrooms are very small, that means the teachers, they get to have a very personal relationship with the students. And it just feels like when we went online, I didn't get to have the end of the year relationship with my teachers. And I'm really sad that I missed out on that.
Alex, I know that you're taking a college application workshop right now, and boys are wearing their masks. They're socially distanced. I know your hand washing is a big part of that as well. Do you feel safe in that class?
Definitely, I did feel safe because everywhere I went, there was either hand sanitizer offered to the students, and social distancing was present in my classroom of 25 plus students. And never once did I feel like I was in danger because everyone around me, including myself, we were all wearing our masks, as well as Mr. Lamerato and the other counselors, and the counselors, as well as Mr. Lamerato, they would ensure that we were all socially distant, and if we had a snack or something, a bottle of water that we wanted to have, they would make sure to have us stay 6 feet away, take off our mask, and stay safe while having our snack.
Got it. So your senior year is coming up. Got to be a little disappointed on the online thing, being at home again. What are your aspirations for your senior year, Alex? What would you like to accomplish?
Well, one of the main things I want to accomplish with my heavy academic workload next year of 3 APs, as well as 3 other difficult classes, I want to finish with straight A's. And I know it's a high goal, but I know I can do it because I've done it in the past, and I know with my work ethic, as well as my dedication, I can do it. But I don't think I could be as successful in an online environment, whereas in the classroom, where I have the teacher ready to answer any of my questions right away. I feel like staying in the classroom with my teacher, but while wearing a mask, I feel like I would be more successful in that environment.
When you're a lacrosse player, as you mentioned, and I'm just wondering how you felt when your season was kind of stopped very short of the end of the season.
I was very sad because we started our season in February, that's when tryouts were, and we only got to play 2 games, both sadly which we lost. But many seniors, they use sports such as lacrosse as a scholarship opportunity to get to the next level in college. And I was very sad for the seniors that got to miss out on that opportunity. But also last year, we had such an amazing team, and our teammates, we were so bonded together. And I was just sad that I didn't get to finish out the rest of my season with my brothers that I call teammates.
Wonderful. Well, Alex, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time to discuss your senior year with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.